came from the
in the
sky.
sky. Yeah.
Yo, yo.
What up, man?
What up, man? What up? Welcome to the bit of letters.
Welcome to the Men of Letters,
Bring it
brought
in,
to
bring it
you
in.
by CP and Shadi Shad on this Sunday evening, not Sunday afternoon, right? Sunday
Yes.
evening.
Sunday evening. Yeah.
Welcome, y'all.
Welcome. We got the fall back.
Fall
Did
back.
you
Yep.
did you enjoy that extra hour of sleep, bro?
Yes. Got some extra sleep. I thought I was sleeping longer than I was supposed to. Then I remember like, oh,
Wait.
actually, okay, cool. So yeah, it was a nice sleep in. How was your weekend? What you do? Halloween weekend? You turn up?
Yeah. We Halloweened it up, man.
Yeah.
We had some costumes that we ordered early. Had it wasn't
That's
last
y'all.
minute. Yeah, so it was dope, man. And our neighborhood, neighborhood got built like about 3 years ago, so we've slowly been warming up in the neighborhood for Halloween and trick or treating and all that good stuff. And this Friday, it was definitely a success. There was a ton of people out, and we were handing out candy to the kids. We were handing out beers to the adults. So it was a great time. Got to see a lot of cool outfits. The kids were really cute. And then Shell and I, we had a whole Star Wars theme. I was the Sith Lord, and she was a Princess Padme. And after that, we went to Big Al's and turned up, and Casey and his mom showed up. They came as Avengers. So yeah, good time, man. How about you?
Yeah, I didn't do nothing for Halloween, man. I just
Really?
we had one family from our neighborhood show up. Granted, it was pretty rainy in Minnesota, rainy and chilly. So one family showed up. So we had a whole bunch of candy here. And man, most of the weekend I kind of just cleaned up a little bit and played the game.
Okay. All right, that's cool.
Nothing this weekend. I loved it. Usually I'm not running around. Mom called me today. Talked to her for a bit. Good to talk to her.
Yeah.
My homeboy was in town. My homeboy John was in town today, so I went and got breakfast with him. His birthday's tomorrow. Shout out to him.
Shout out, happy birthday.
It's crazy, like the homies. I'm calling y'all out, man. The homies be watching the show, but they don't be on the live. But they be sending me content. Yo, come watch the live. But all the homies are your homies, bro. I don't know why they're not coming. They send me stuff. I don't know, man.
I don't know. Did we put this one up yet? Happy belated Halloween, guys. Happy belated Halloween to you as well. Hopefully you had a good time.
A good devil's night, yes. No, the homies be watching the show. I should have put a little what's that? What's the record scratch? Homies, my people, watch the show and come join the live. What are y'all scared of? They send me stuff all the time. Like a lot of the content I put on the capper and all that's them sending me stuff. So I don't know.
That's wild.
But yeah, man.
It's okay to talk, guys, in the comments, man. There's no judgment here.
It was fun. It was fun to play the game with my homie Fam and boy Josh, and I haven't done that in a while. Like usually I'm playing 2K or some solo game, so it's good to jump on the game this weekend and kind of just chill out. Yeah, man. We got people voting. Go vote November 4th.
November 4th. Find out where your polling places are, and go get that knocked out. I vote, and it's not a vote red or vote blue. Vote who you think is going to do the best job. Yeah. Who's not going to be racist? Who's not going to be an asshole?
So you know who to vote for.
Hopefully you've done your homework.
Yeah, do your homework. And I think this podcast, I've been watching a lot of stuff, watched a lot of podcasts, obviously, and we're gonna start calling this podcast the anti-intellectualism podcast as well. We're fighting back against the anti-intellectualism movement. So, man, go get a book. Don't listen to everything we say. Read a book. That's
Read
where
the
the
book.
information's at.
Yeah.
Stop reading things that back up your bias.
Yeah.
Fight against the
Oh,
cognitive dissonance. Go ahead, bro.
and if you don't want to read, get an audio book.
You can read out, get an audiobook. That
Yeah,
technically counts nowadays. So, man,
it count.
something I've
Yeah.
been thinking about a lot, man. Fight against. Don't be okay with being ignorant. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like we should not be okay with that. Don't do things that back with your beliefs. Make sure you challenge your beliefs every day. You have
Hmm.
to grow. And I think this episode might kind of lead into that a little bit. I found this conversation very interesting. The 7 levels of consciousness.
Ooh, boy.
If you
Oh, Kobe trying to go deep on us. Okay.
if you have watched us before, we've covered a lot of things that low key touch on this conversation. What up, Cuzzo?
Hmm.
Got a Taylor checking
Yo,
in. It's always good to see you, Taylor.
what up?
Ooh,
What up, Preston?
before I keep going, we had a little cousin Bill from Detroit. He dropped an EP or tape today, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Really good. So if I'm just
Word.
talking to the family on the Slaughters of Taylors, check his tape out. Really good. I do got talent. Shout
Support your
out to
people, man.
anybody doing stuff. You
Yeah,
got
yeah,
something dropping soon and making some artwork for us. So
yeah,
let's
yeah,
do
yeah.
more of that. Let's do more promoting each other and stuff like that because
Hell yeah.
we all we got. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we got me and my boy, we dropping Thug in Our Life. So check that out. We're dropping that Friday. Made Infinite featuring Shotty. I'm
Yep.
Shotty. You get it now.
Yep, obviously.
Yeah, yeah. So and hey, these young cats are still putting me on records, man. So I love it. I love it. I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
man.
But
Some
yeah.
good stuff out here and
Okay. What's Billy's is it what's the EP called? Do you know?
I think it's called 2 a.m. in Coney Island. Coney Island, you would think New York, but I believe there's a Coney Island in Detroit as well, if I'm
Okay.
not mistaken. If
Okay.
he ever sees this, he can definitely verify it. I can definitely text him about it and make sure. But yeah, I think there's a Coney type island situation in Detroit. Might be
Yeah.
wrong. Maybe he's talking about New York, but
Right. And
very very Detroit sound. Very, I like it. I played it today on the way over to get some food.
and
Um,
it's bills, right? Bills
yeah,
with the
Bills. Yep,
with
yep,
the dollar sign and the S.
yep, yep, yep. Let me make sure, but yeah.
You
Man,
want to
keep doing your thing,
throw it in the
youngin.
chat? Yeah, heck yeah, I
Keep doing
think.
your thing.
Yeah, go ahead, cuz.
But yeah, back to the matter at hand. Yes, we are talking about the 7 levels of consciousness. If you followed our podcast, a little bit, the things we've kind of talked about kind of touch on this, and not to, in my opinion, I'm going to try to tie some stuff in. But the 7 levels of consciousness basically is a model based off of if you know psychology, you probably heard of Maslow's hierarchy, which is basically like you have these 5 levels of what you need in order to be like a well-rounded human. So like your
Mhm,
psychological has to be good. Your safety, you know what I mean. You have to feel like you're loved and belonged. You have to have like a, you know what I'm saying. Your self-esteem has to be basically taken care of, and like you're loved and belonged. You have to have like a, you know what I'm saying. Your self-esteem has to be basically taken care of.
technical difficulties.
For some reason, my phone decided to play a podcast. Sorry. Um, that was wild. Anyways, and so and then self accusation. So these are like look if you look this up in any psychological book, it's basically what humans need to feel good. You know what I mean? And so this is Richard Barrett's work. These are basically these 7 levels are basically like essentially like the levels of where people are at a certain place and time.
Okay, okay.
Um so what is it
Uh,
called? Maslow's hierarchy is a psychological theory that proposes humans are motivated by 5 tiers of needs, basically. And then this is Richard Barrett's work, which is the 7 levels of consciousness, essentially saying like there is people around us at these certain levels, and essentially you want to keep up in your consciousness because you hear people saying like you're in survival mode.
Yeah. Well, I think most of us live our lives, spend most of our lives in survival mode,
Yeah,
and it's by design.
by design. Yeah.
Right.
So you get up, you work,
Mhm.
you eat, you sleep, and you don't think about why exactly. And I'm glad people are in here to help me say stuff, right? So we got then
But
from the bottom of the hierarchy upwards, the needs are psychological, food and safety, food and clothing, safety, job security, love and belonging, needs, friendship, esteem, and self-actualization. So, like, yeah, those
okay.
basically are the 5 things that motivate us to get up every day. Um,
Awesome.
you know,
Awesome.
David
Yeah.
Bill in the Jersey. Shout out the Vikings having a big time win today.
Yeah. They should not have
Um,
won that game. I thought I was gonna be asleep by halftime, but they pulled it off. So happy
yeah.
about that.
And so this is Richard Barrett's work. I thought this was really dope. So this is from a creator. Her name is, I believe, Guru Benny. She, I believe, is a therapist. She mentioned it in a little bit. Yeah, she's a therapist. I can throw it on the screen if I'm going to talk about it,
Yeah. Might as well
right?
rock out.
Very dope. So I was just I was just it just came up on my feed, and
Hmm.
I just kind of went through them, and then I actually watched a YouTube video
Hmm.
about it as well. But I felt like, since she was the one who put me on game, I wanted to watch these with the gang, with you, Rashad, and see what you think.
Yeah.
So it should be pretty quick, and we can talk about each one. So I'm gonna start off with the
Okay.
first one, just level one. So yeah, so she's gonna repeat herself on each episode every time in the beginning, kind of like, oh, these are so interesting. So bear with me on that, but I'm gonna hit level one, that we can talk about it, not talk about it. You get it, you don't get it, blah blah blah, and then keep moving on. Okay.
Gotcha.
All right. I can actually, and she's really blown up. I need to maybe push it back a bit. Here we go.
Probably one of the craziest things I've ever discovered. And the fact that many don't know about this, but we all live by it, is even crazier. And that is models of awareness. So we all operate at different levels of consciousness or awareness. Consciously, we're not all seeing or living from the same place. We're all on Earth interacting with each other, but we're living in different realms. And sit with that. So basically, there are 7 levels of awareness, and whichever one you fall at is how you're going to experience life. Like each ranking you go up, each level you hit opens up new doors, new experiences, new synchronicities. You literally live a completely different life from the next person based on where you fall on the board. So what happens at level 1 awareness, and is this where you fall? Let's break it down. The truth is, most people think that they're living, but they're actually just surviving. There's a deep difference between being born and being alive. So level 1 is a stage of survival, and it's also the stage where most people get stuck. We come in at level 1 awareness. Think babies. So in this case, your focus would be on your immediate needs, safety, comfort. In this stage, you exist, but that awareness is tied to your body and instinct. For example, you exist because you're breathing. You exist because you can feel your skin. Now, for a baby, survival might translate into crying because they're hungry or crying because they need comfort and a hug. But as for an adult, that translates into fear, insecurity, desire to control circumstances. In this space, our perception feels like life is happening to us. It feels like we're reacting to something, like something happens and then we react, but we're never getting to choose. Now, level 1 awareness isn't a bad place to be. In fact, it's vital, and that's why we come here on level 1. It's designed to be the foundation for deeper awareness. In fact, in order to get to any other level, you have to spend a decent amount of time here, experiencing this way in order to know why we should transcend. The problem is, many people never leave just because they start.
We picked up what you're putting
Even if
down.
it's painful and uncomfortable, at least it's familiar. So let's get into some examples. Grinding paycheck to paycheck, stress trying to make rent, doom scrolling on social media, just constantly mindlessly taking in whatever is being thrown at you. All level 1. If your decisions are driven by fear of loss or fear of change, like staying in a relationship or situation that doesn't serve you because at least you're not alone, you're at level 1. I'm not making this up, y'all. I'm just the messenger. This level is where anxiety, sleeplessness, health issues often show up. So it's not necessarily that the level is the issue. Again, we need it to even transcend to the next level. like a video game. The simple fact that many never leave and spend their whole lives operating at the level they were at when they were born. They spend their whole lives reacting to problems in survival mode rather than creating. So ask yourself, am I surviving or am I living? And comment on this video if you want me to go into all the other levels.
And I was hooked, line, and sinker after that, because that's real. I meet a lot of people who act as if they're the victim of their life. You know what I mean? And and let me be fair. I've been and she may not say it, but when I'm looking through this stuff, it's not like you don't go to the level. It's like just because you hit a higher level at some point in your life of you existing on this plane, doesn't mean you won't go back to level 1 at some point. So let me be clear. Like we all been at level 1, right? But I see a lot of people who make me pause at the same time. They're always a victim of their story. You know what I mean? They'll pray for rain and then cry when it thunderstorms. It's like, and it always throws me off. I'm like, but you knew what that was gonna. Like a lot of people, they know what's gonna happen when they do it.
But
Like it's self-sabotage.
They self-sabotage it and they manifest it themselves. I'll just pull this up from Benno, and hopefully I'm saying that right. Benno from us. Establish the foundations. This needs positive, consistent family support. Wise words, sir. A victimhood you should know her absolutely, and it's this kind of ties into the law of attraction. If you as you speak, words are powerful. Words are spells. That's why I call it spelling. You're casting spells. You can speak it into existence. So if there's always victimhood, you're always going to be the victim. If always you speak negative, all negative stuff is going to happen. They say be very careful about how you speak about yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because you attract these things to happen, and it works opposite too. As you're positive things happens. I mean, you manifest it.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, a big thing to me is when I say I am, saying I am this, I am that. You should better say that I am something positive. If you keep saying I am stupid, I am fat, you're gonna be exactly what that is. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter if you don't want to be that, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm big on. Speak positivity on your life and on yourself and how you move, and don't do it in a fake way, if that makes sense.
Authentic. You want to be authentic
about it.
Yeah.
So you gotta face whatever you're facing. When you say I don't deserve, you gotta face that. And that might help you get out of level 1. Well, we'll see what she says in level 2, right?
Let's get it.
I hate when it starts before you like
Facebook.
Instagram.
Instagram.
Yeah. Like, I think TikTok lets you just like, you know what I'm saying?
Hey,
open it up.
Mom's in the building. What's up,
Mom's in the building. What up, Mom? The mom understands, and maybe we'll get into level 2, but I'll say my piece.
One of the craziest things I've ever discovered, and that's models of awareness. So we all operate at different levels of consciousness. We're interacting together on Earth, but we're living in different realms. So basically, there are 7 levels of awareness, and whichever one you fall at is how you're going to experience life. Each ranking you go opens new doors, experiences, opportunities, etc. So what happens at level 2 awareness? And is this where you fall? The truth is, most people live for others while holding the illusion that they're living for themselves. Level 2 is the stage of the social. Level 1, think babies and survival.
We'll get into that in another episode.
Think toddlers and connection. At this level, your focus will be on belonging, validation, and identity. So at level 1, we know we exist, but that awareness is tied to our body. We know we exist because we can feel our skin. But at level 2, it becomes more complex. We know we exist, yes, because we can feel our bodies, but also if other people acknowledge our bodies too. Now, for a toddler, social need might look like copying behavior. For adults, that translates into sharing personal experience with friends, hoping for acknowledgement, posting achievements or life updates, etc. Now, unlike at level 1, where we feel like life is happening to us and we don't get to create it, at level 2, we start to wake up and know that we have more control. We realize we have the power to create. But do other people care about our creations too? At this level, people are more likely to dress up because of that social need for validation. Now, even though it sounds shallow that we dress up at this stage, it actually shows that you're slowly awakening and realizing that there are things that you can do slowly to become something, even if you're not really there.
It really is.
Basically, if you weren't aware, you wouldn't care. Because, like a toddler taking new steps, we're trying to become something and we're looking around to see if what we're doing is actually working, is actually contributing to becoming something. Now, it's really unsuitable to stay at a level 2 awareness because depression and laziness actually live here. As we know, this level ties us to a need for validation. You may even quit pursuing things completely if you're not getting enough claps, which can lead to a depressive state because we'll be avoiding pursuing the things we dream of. So let's get into some examples. At a level 1, you may be in a toxic relationship and you don't care what it looks like. You're staying. Not because it's healthy, not because it looks good, but because you tie that space to your survival. You don't care what people say, you need it. At a level 2, you may stay even though the relationship is not any better. But at this point, you care about what it looks like to others, so you may dress it up because at least it looks good enough for others to check off. If you take a certain job, major, path to look a certain way, you're at a level 2. If you are tied to certain timelines, oh, I need to be married before this, oh, I need to have a home by this, you're at a level 2. And this is not to say we can't create a blueprint for our lives. It's really the intentions behind it. Now remember, level 2 is not a bad thing at all. We need to sit in all levels to understand why it is we transcend. So ask yourself, am I at a level 2? Who would I be without asking or seeking anyone else's permission? Those questions in itself take us right to level 3, self-reflection and awareness. And that's where things start getting deep. Comment on this video for part 3. Love y'all forever.
So ask yourself, are you at that level? Are you someone who looks validation from everything you do? Are you someone who like says, I'm gonna look stupid doing this, or people are gonna be looking at me if I do X, Y, Z? That's, in my opinion, what level 2 is. When you can't get, it's kind of you're still in your head a little bit. You know what I mean? You're still in your head, cause but you're waking up at the same time. Ain't nothing wrong with that, right? But
Right. You have to exist at all levels at
exactly. But that's a
times.
level where a lot of people I feel get stuck at too, where they're like, if I do this, or how did that look? How did that look to other people? And sometimes that can stop you. You know what I mean? That can make you not reach your goals because you're too worried about what someone who doesn't even pay your bills is gonna say about you.
It'll make you flip the switch off sometimes. Absolutely. Because you want that validation. For one, if you're not getting the hand claps and all that good stuff, then you're just, it's kind of null and void for you. And so you just go back to doing the easy thing, which is nothing
Yep,
at all.
nothing at all.
You go back into the survival mode. Now see what you said about being lazy, dude. I'm guilty of being lazy every weekend.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it is what it is. I don't necessarily call it being lazy. Sometimes you just need that rest. Sometimes you need that mental break. Sometimes you need that physical break, whatever it may be, to survive level 1. But you still need that, to push on. So what are you gonna say?
I'm gonna read this. Something I learned 22 years ago in rehab: being a human being, not a human doing. Hidden at don't give a fuck. And one of the things, yeah. Like you have to, and don't get me wrong. Like I feel like being aware of how people perceive you is something you need to also have. Like we're saying, but at the same time, it's like you can care without caring. Does that make sense? Like you
Yeah,
don't have to put yourself in a weird situation, or
right.
you don't make yourself look stupid, but
Yeah,
you can also not care at the same time. I don't know if
but
that
all
makes sense.
but also you're representing other people. You know what I'm saying? Other people and maybe organizations. So, sometimes you have to care about that. Like, I mean, we're all representing our family. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Our heritage and all that stuff. You don't want to go out and do something crazy and embarrass your parents or your aunties or whoever. You know what I mean? So I mean, let's see here. Uh, said it's hard in this 2025 word, probably more so than back then.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, 2025 world. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and but I feel like level 2 is where a lot of people get stuck at too. Like the whole
Mhm.
like, oh, like the perception of like, oh, if I do this, if I take this chance, what would that look like? And it's
Mhm.
like you can't, because then you'll do things, you'll hide stuff sometimes too. You'll do things in hiding, knowing you shouldn't do it, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean. But you don't want to look a certain way. Well, now you're hiding
Mhm.
stuff. Now you're hiding it. Like you know what
And,
I'm saying?
and then that eats at you.
And then they eat at you, and
Yeah.
then you don't. And so, but anyways, I want to keep moving. Level 3 is a very interesting one to me.
Yeah,
Beth, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it.
let's get it.
Mm, I should have this ready to go while I was talking. I'll be
All
back.
right, man. I mean, hey,
We all
walking and
operate
chewing gum.
Yeah.
at different levels of consciousness. Basically, there are 7 levels of awareness, and whichever one you fall at is how you're going to experience life. So, what happens at level 3, and is this where you fall? The truth is, most people believe that they're experiencing life as it is, but they're really experiencing life as they are. Now, hold that. Level 3 is the stage of self-reflection. This is not where we discover we exist, like at level 1. This is not where we discover I am me through others, like at level 2. This is where we discover that the world is not just happening. It's reflecting us back to ourselves. Level 1, think babies and survival. Level 2, think toddlers and connection. Level 3, think teenagers and self-discovery. At this level of awareness, our focus is on perspective, meaning making, as in, what does this say about me? As well as patterns and responsibility. So at level 1, we know we exist, but that awareness is tied to our bodies. At level 2, we know we exist because others acknowledge our bodies too. At level 3, we know we exist because we start to observe ourselves. Our own bodies, our thoughts, our patterns, our choices. This is the first level of awareness where we no longer externalize everything. We don't have the mindset of things happen to me and then I respond, but rather the mindset of what is in here is what I get out there. Level 2, I look at others to know myself. Level 3, I look at myself to understand how I shape everything around me. At level 1 survival, you may be in a toxic relationship and you don't care what it looks like. You're staying, you need it. Survival. At level 2, you may stay in a toxic relationship, but at least try to dress it up so it looks good to others. Social. At level 3, you start to look into things deeper. Why do I have to be in a toxic relationship anyway? How's my own energy feeding this dynamic? This relationship didn't just pop up in my life. What fears or habits are making me stick around? Now, it's not so hard to go from a level 1 to a level 2, but it's much harder to go from a level 2 to a level 3. It's a dramatic shift because unlike the other levels where we externalize everything, which is easy to do, this is the first level where we turn inside. And that's a huge hit to the psyche because it's humbling and threatens the ego. You are now responsible. Now let's go back. Level 3, think teenager. This is why teenagers tend to act out, because at this stage, they're having to reflect and take responsibility for the first time. A toddler touches a burning stove and their parent will run to comfort them, so there's no real reason to self-reflect. A teenager touches a burning stove and they're forced to think about what the hell? That's why I said in the last video, most people dwell at level 2 because it's much easier to externalize everything. So let's get into some examples. If you observe yourself and not just the world and ask questions like, why do I feel triggered instead of why did they do that to me? You got a level 3. If you're curious, you journal, you meditate, you seek therapy or mentorship to understand yourself, you're at a level 3. If you date, whether in a serious relationship or just dating around, and you realize, wait, I have some patterns, you're at level 3. So ask yourself, am I at a level 3? Do I know that I'm not a victim, but rather the co-creator of what is happening? Okay, love y'all forever.
So
And
let's throw up Benno.
throw that up.
So Benno says with personal computers and instant access to everyone 24/7, impulse control becomes an important intelligence and skill to practice, avoiding unnecessary negative outcomes with others. Absolutely, man. I'll be on social media and I'll get ready to comment something, and I'm like, how about no? It's
Yeah, I
just
do that.
delete it all together. But then Benno said my teenagers act out all the time. It's so wonderful. Nah, I bet.
No, but I
I
think this is the level that most people would say, and I'm just gonna, I'm throwing a lot of my opinions in this. So you don't have to agree with me or not, but this is the science. This is the um, not I mean the leftist politicians, the leftist stop, mind hive, where you can see how actions reflect on the world. You see how, pollution's affecting the world. You see how greed affects the world. You're not moving with emotions, you're moving with moral logic. This is me putting this is level 3 is for a lot of people who can see the world and see what's wrong. But on like a more it's still kind of a surface level, if I'm being honest with you. Like people thinking like, oh, voting this way will fix it. Or people thinking, you know what I mean? Or people thinking like, oh, if I just keep working hard, this way will fix it. It's kind of what I think about level 3. What do you think?
Mm, I just
They
think
still
it's just
believe in they still
I
believe in the law, but like
I think it's just be more internal. You know what I'm saying? That your actions, that some of your actions and some other people's actions is what is affecting the outcomes. You know what I'm saying? So what are you going to do to try to mitigate that? You know, yeah, like I don't even know if you can go political with it or say the left is logic. I
I'm
mean,
do- I'm using
you know,
I'm using a well. I
a
mean,
a
I don't
layman's
think
term.
people understand what I mean by left, right? Because people think
Uh,
left means like, oh, like Democrat. No, left is a totally different like ideology. Like you're not
I do
voting
too,
for
Beno.
Democrats. You're not voting. It's like, oh, we believe that like we can see the world and we can see what the needs are. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's all that really
Mhm.
is. Like
Uh,
we have people who are homeless. We'll give them homes. Like, why is that? You know what I mean? And people are like, well, the money, but like that's come on, like we're not fixing the issue. Like, but
right.
it's still like small level, right? Like it's not, I'm
Mhm.
not saying I would say more like I don't know. But you go to level 4, you'll see what I'm trying to say. But like I feel like you see the problem, you see what you can do to fix it, but like it's still only at a surface level. You're not seeing the whole
The whole
problem.
picture. See, I always joke. I always say in my relationship, I'm the problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's kind of tongue in cheek in a way because I always look at it internally. Like, what am I doing for this outcome? You know what I'm saying? Now, with my partner, that might not be what she
Yeah,
experiences. You know what I'm saying? She might be like, "Hey, yo," she'll be like, when we get into it, you be talking about other problem." But
yeah.
but really, in my soul, I know that if this outcome happens, negative, positive, whatever, it was me. I manifested that.
Yeah, yeah. This I would say that's level 3. Like,
Yeah.
but are you fixing the problem?
That
Is
that
what I guess is
that
what I'm
part.
trying to say. Like you
Yeah.
see the problem, you know the problem,
Receptive.
but
Yeah.
are you fixing the problem? Is what I would think level 3 is. It's like
Yeah.
because it kind of you kind
I
of get
feel you.
stuck in. I know all this information. I know more than you because I know this information. But like, okay, but with the information, what are you doing? What are you doing with information? You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
get stuck
Got
at because my scholarship is right here. I'm not willing to see the real like problem at the end of sometimes at the end of this because this is the solution.
right.
Let's go to
Right.
level 4. Maybe I can explain myself better.
Hey, it's kind of like what the Black Eagle says. Okay, so you see all these things going on, and you guys don't know who the Black Eagle is. Do your homework.
Oh,
He's not like them. Yeah, he's like,
from
what are you gonna do about it? You know what
satellite.
I mean?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see here. Venom said, I like that thinking. So you can practice that positive. Absolutely. Absolutely. And again, like Venom said, perceptions. Venom's on fire today, man. Y'all get in
Yeah.
the chat with Venom, man. All right.
All right,
Next one.
level 4. Is it on the screen? Yeah. All right.
Models of awareness is probably one of the craziest things I've ever discovered. Basically, there are 7 levels of awareness, and whichever one you fall at is how you're going to experience life. So what happens at level 4 awareness, and is this where you fall? The truth is, most people see the world from an individualistic point of view. They believe that they're individuals surrounded by a bunch of people, but the reality is that nothing here is individual, including you.
Yeah.
Everything we do, everything we think, has a huge contribution to something bigger, whether we notice it or not. Level 4 is the stage of expanded connection. Let's get into it. This is where it clicks for us that we are a part of something larger, a source, a collective. We realize that life is not just about us, it moves through us for a greater whole, a bigger reason. Level 1, think babies and survival. Level 2, think toddlers and connection. Level 3, think teenagers and self-discovery. And level 4, think adults and interdependence. At this level, your focus will be on connection, purpose, surrender, contribution, and service. You're no longer in survival mode, so you have a stronger ability to connect. At level 3, we know we exist because we start to observe ourselves, our thoughts, our patterns. At level 4, we know we exist because of our connection to everything. We begin to sense ourselves as part of something larger. And knowing that we are a part of something bigger is what makes us feel existent, full, whole. Many times we feel purposeless. We feel like our presence doesn't matter because we lack that connection. Level 3, you look deeper and start to think, how is my own energy feeding this toxic situation? But at level 4, It's, does this relationship serve my life's purpose? I'm here only if it will help me transcend into a being that contributes effectively to the system. This, ladies and gentlemen, is why toxic situations are not just toxic situations. And I'm not talking about relationships. It can literally take you away from your purpose. Before we wake up and realize, when I walk into a forest, I'm not just standing amongst the trees. I'm actually a part of the forest. Now, this level is very special because it's not just about connecting with others. It lets us feel valuable. It lets us feel like we exist. And it lets us know that we are here for something. Level 4 is also special because you become more unstoppable and more of a creative here. This is the level where your ideas start to manifest a little easier and the roadblocks start to diminish. When you consider humanity, when you know that you're that person and you're that person and you're a part of that thing and that thing's a part of you, at that point, you know that you're everything. So you begin to align and tap into all that is. So let's get into some examples. If everything you do, whether good or bad, in the back of your mind, you're wondering how it's going to
Keep
impact
going.
humanity,
I'll be right back.
you're at a level 4. If you realize you're not just a character in the book, you're not just the co-writer, but also a part of the entire library, every damn book was touched by you, whether you wrote it out yourself or not, you're at a level 4. If you consider the unseen or a larger intelligence at work, you're at a level 4. So ask yourself, am I at a level 4? Do I know that every one of my actions, thoughts, behaviors is woven into the entire experience of the collective? Models of awareness.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is when we start getting into the thoughts of, let me pull this up though. Creativity is pure. Thank you. This is when we start getting into the Gnostic beliefs. And if you were here for our stream, if you haven't, peep our Yeshua and the Breaking Out the Matrix show. This is when I started things started getting interesting when it comes to consciousness. When you start understanding that not only are you, so I've read a lot of I don't know what religion, but um I read a lot of things about how being on this plane, and all of us here, right? We're just we're just meeting ourselves over and over. So this whole experience is just you meeting yourself in different bodies, in different shapes, and like how you're all connected. And that's kind of like the Gnostic theory of Yeshua. He was here to basically wake us up and let us know we're all connected. This is all connected. The trees, the air, how you move, like, and you start to understand how you can manifest. How the way you think, the way you move will manifest into good things. And I'm gonna keep it a being. It happens, you don't even know it. Have you ever got a house that you wanted when you were younger? Like, it may not be the exact house, but you were in a home, aren't you? You wanted a car or something, like, you know what I mean? It happens
Mhm.
at a small level, but I feel like when you start hitting this fourth level of consciousness, you start understanding, like, the same person you look at as your enemy is you at the same time. Think of how Yeshua spoke, my brothers and sisters.
Right. Right. You're
He
just
knew that we're all connected.
you're just tendrils of the source. You're all connected. Every single one of us. Yeah. There you go. They gravitate to you.
We are all part of the collective, like Mama said.
Yeah.
Love
Yeah.
you, Mama. But you
Yeah.
start to understand when you start to understand, like, your enemy is also you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
It
That's why I don't.
starts to
That's why I don't
break your
carry.
brain.
Yeah, I don't carry that hate in my heart. I try to exist at that level most of the time. It's hard. You know what I mean? We revert, and plus you have to exist on all levels, right? That's what you're saying. But that's where I try
Right.
to. That's where I try to live. Is that is that I am part of the whole. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? And you're part of this, a piece of the source.
yeah.
And it's all coding. I mean, they've looked at it. They've
And
done the
you
experiments. It's all codes.
we
Yeah,
are we are star matter, y'all.
hmm
There's something to that. You know what I mean?
right. Yeah, every
And you
day, everything, everything.
everything we
It
do matters. It
has a
happens. Yes.
it has a ripple in the universe as a whole, not just this planet. This is not just this planet, not just this level of reality. Is it's
I
everything. We're
wish
we're a lot more powerful than we think. And again, that's what Yeshua was trying to teach people.
yes. You're way more powerful than you think you are. Heaven is upon you.
Right.
Heaven is upon you.
Yeah. It's
You know what
inside
I
of you.
mean?
It's inside of you. Yeah.
What do you say? What verse when he said, "Aren't you God?"
Yeah,
So they're
yeah, he
arguing. They
said
said,
that.
"Aren't y'all God?"
Is that God? Right. And there
And
and
that's
yeah,
go ahead.
yeah. Well, I mean, he walked into his disciples, praying and all this stuff at one point. I can't remember what book this is in. I don't think this is in the Bible, but he was just like, he's like, what are y'all doing? They're like, we're praying to God, your Father. No, you're not praying to my Father. You're praying to your God. That's not my God. That's not where I'm from.
Oh, that when he knocked the tables down in the temple? Is that when he
No,
done with the temple? Okay. But I mean,
no, but this he was talking to his disciples, but
I'm not gonna change the subject, but look at what Buddha look at the same thing Buddha would say. Buddha would talk
mhm,
about how we're all connected, how you need and how you'll keep going through the cycle until you learn your lesson,
yeah,
and how you need to live with love and live with peace and
mhm,
go into nirvana. You can't reach nirvana if you're here repeating the same old mistakes over and over and over. Know what
mhm.
I mean?
Yep, yep,
And
yep. And when we say all, you connect that to everything. We're even talking about the blade of grass.
blade of grass, yeah,
We're talking about the sand.
and you
The
know it's
dirt.
true by the people who don't think we're just messing around. You know, people like you ever been around somebody and you can feel they're just not your, they're not your people. Not saying they're
Mhm,
bad people, but just
mhm,
the energy's off. That's
right.
real. You
Yeah,
gotta trust that.
the vibration is real, man. We used to be more connected to it. Ancient civilizations knew this stuff. This was just common knowledge. Yeah,
Someone's like,
and
"Oh, I don't rock with bro." I used to think that was messed up. You know what I'm saying? As a kid, I used to
mhm,
operate at lower consciousness. I was at level 2 all the time.
mhm,
I'm gonna say from me as a teenager or as a kid all the way up to like do my 20s, I operated at level 2, level 3.
so
You know what I mean?
same. Yeah,
And then
I lived in level 2 for, oh man,
man,
like my early adulthood.
right.
It's when I got to level 3, and that's when I started to kind of start to
You
manifest
started to
things. But
peep stuff. You just like, man, that's weird, and that
yeah,
was weird that she did that. They did that, or they taught me like that. You start to read people more, and you start to stay
absolutely went on.
away from bad stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm,
And now
yeah,
level
because
5 is when it really gets crazy. I know I'm not level 5 yet, but level 5 is when it really gets dope. Like
oh, I
you
can't wait to
start,
hear this.
yeah, you start to see like, we've talked about it before. But let's go ahead.
Yeah,
But it's more like it's not like I'll let her say it. I'll let her say it.
yeah,
I've ever discovered, and that's models of awareness. Basically, there are 7 levels of awareness, and whichever one you fall at is how you're going to experience life. So, what happens at level 5 awareness, and is this where you fall? The truth is, most people try to control life. Being in control makes us feel regulated, it makes us feel empowered. But that empowerment is only an illusion. The reality is there's a level of stress and burden that comes with having to control things. That is because we are not designed to control, but rather embody. Level 5 is the stage of creative flow. Level 5, time feels different. You can easily lose your attachment to expectations and life's timelines because you're fully present. The future no longer makes you anxious, and what happened in the past can no longer make you depressed. You are right here, right now, always present. At level 5, challenges also stop feeling like obstacles. At this point, they become waves that you ride. The ups and downs can't throw you off because you're now capable of moving with them. The term embodiment is really powerful here because it's not just about knowing anymore, it's about becoming. So, if level 4 is about understanding that you belong to something bigger, level 5 is about
man.
representing that bigger and letting it express itself through you.
Mm.
Basically, here it's like you have the potential to reflect God in every way, but are you going to do it? Now you become an influencer. People gravitate towards you because you embody the source. So subconsciously, you remind them of the truth. The source. People connect deeply with that reminder because it helps them to remember themselves. You are now the channel through life, God's source, expresses itself. At level 5, finally, creation and having our way is effortless. You don't put in too much work in anything, okay? Not because you're lazy,
Yeah,
but
buddy.
because you are aligned. Since you embody the whole, your actions, choices, and ideas arise effortlessly. Level 4, we know we exist because of our connection to everything. We begin to sense ourselves as part of something bigger. But at level 5, we know we exist because life is expressing itself through us. Existence is no longer something we observe, but rather something we live. This is the space and beyond, of course, where many prophets lie. Remember, we said at this stage you become influential, not because of what you have, but because of what you embody. And this is why many people lean into Muhammad, Jesus, Buddha, etc. Because we are attracted to the essence that they embody. Get into some examples. If you're magnetic and people gravitate towards you, you're influential because of your energy and essence. You're at level 5. If life happens effortlessly for you, you're faced with big challenges and your calmness helps you to achieve them, you're at level 5. If you're a natural leader and you're able to make decisions effortlessly, not by logic or pressure, but because you're tuned into a bigger flow, you're at a level 5. So ask yourself, am I at a level 5?
Nigga,
Now,
nigga, I'm riding at level 5, bro.
I'm afraid to say that. I'm not sure. But I think I've had things like that in my life.
Yeah, it happens to me more often than not now. It used to
Yeah.
not. It used to not. And
Not
I didn't
yeah.
I didn't think I was gonna be at level 5. When she started throwing out those examples, I'm like, that's your
I
boy.
thought it was level 4. Level 5, it hit more recently, I feel, like, more in my 30s. I thought, like, I hit 30 and my frontal cortex is fully formed, and that's why things seem like it slowed down for me. But I do like, that kind of thought process. That's why I like things like Miyamoto Musashi, I think it's like 12 Steps of Loneliness.
Mhm.
Basically, it's like you need to stop and appreciate. I do a lot of walks
Yeah,
now. I appreciate the falling leaves. I appreciate like I can walk. I appreciate like you try to like appreciate. I appreciate a lot more. I don't know if it's just me taking care of myself more, but that's a lot of things that I feel like I get a lot of deep conversations now. Like I don't have BS conversations. I don't
yeah,
have to
yeah.
try to be heard anymore.
Let's
And
put
that was the things
let's
I
put this
struggled
up
with
real
as a
quick.
kid. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead,
Uh,
bro.
I have experience of the law of attraction. Yes, I see it now. Looking back at past interactions, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm a huge
I'll be right back,
proponent.
bro. Give me
All
like
right, you got it. Yeah, I'm a huge proponent of the law of attraction. I mean, the law of attraction actually changed my life. I believe it was on Netflix. I want to say back in 2012, 2013, might have been 2011, something like that. And that's where I actually learned about the law of attraction and that documentary they did called The Secret, which I also believe is a book as well. And so that got me to look at life a lot differently and to understand which I just mentioned earlier when we're discussing, I think we're discussing level 1 or level 2, that it's what you put out there in the universe. If you put something negative out there in the universe, you're going to get some negative back. If you put positive things out there in the universe, you're going to get the positive things back. And then along with that, you're basically manifesting everything that happens to you straight up. And Kobe mentioned, hey, you ever thought about it and manifested the house that you wanted, when you were a kid or whatever. But I think that's a huge part of it. It's really the law of attraction and all of it. And again, Kobe, I didn't think that I was going to be on level 5. And then when she started putting that stuff out there, yeah, that's where I try to live. I'm not always there.
yeah, you're not always gonna be there. Don't get me wrong.
Right. I'm not
But you
always there. But
but it's
but
crazy that like it does happen. Like, I
yeah,
mean, and I appreciate when it happens, like when I went to the JID concert. That wasn't I didn't let me just shoot my shot. Let's see what happens. Like or like even when like child and I got the ticket for free and then we ended up dapping bro up after the concert. Like, you
wow.
know what I'm saying? Like actually
Yeah.
shaking
Oh, you did.
shaking
Yeah, yeah.
homie's hand, right? And I'm like, that's crazy. And it's
Right.
like not thinking about it too much. And
Yeah. Did
I
you give him
feel
my
like
did you give him my mixtape when
I
you
should
did
have,
that,
man.
or
I
did
didn't,
you?
man, my
No,
bad.
you
He was a
didn't.
lot shorter than I thought he would
You
be.
didn't do that.
No. Shout out JID. But no, um, but yeah, I'm like, even the content I find now, like,
Mm,
I'll find content and then, I like it. And I don't like that. I won't rock with that no more. And then I go to another content. I mean, just the flow of like information I'm getting is backing up my, not, I guess backing up, yeah, it is backing up my beliefs, but yet I'm trying to challenge my beliefs to make sure I'm not being, harmful. But like it seems like things kind of flow, and every time we talk about religion or breaking out the matrix, quote unquote, and even this content, it seems like it always connects. You know what I mean, in some way or some form.
Yeah, yeah. You and I were speaking about. I think it was maybe a couple weeks ago. We were talking, and I was talking about just aura farming, just pushing your aura out there and seeing what happens with that. You know what I mean? And I practice that quite a bit. I mean, I can't, I can't go somewhere and sit by myself and somebody not come talk to me. Straight up, I
I've
can't.
never had it. No, I've always had some.
Yeah,
Even as a kid, though, but I've
yeah,
always like not to like brag or know this some kind of braggadocious. But even as a
mhm,
younger person, I've always had people like just I don't know. I just want to talk to you. You seem like a talk to like a nice person to talk to, or you have like a nice face. Taxi said that one time. Like someone said
yeah.
that to her, you have a nice face. You seem like you like you're the maybe it's like a family is like that. I'm not quite sure, but
I
um
think so. I think so. 'Cause a lot of people do that to dad too.
yeah, they come and talk to people, talk
Yeah,
to us.
yeah. I
So,
sometimes I try to sit there and be the angry looking black man, but
bro, I
it
don't want
never
to be
works.
talk. Man,
I don't want to be bothered.
I'll have my
But then,
headphones in, minding my business, and someone's gonna say something to me like, "Hey, do you know? I don't, I like your shirt." I'm like, "What? Why are we in a
they'll,
conversation right now?"
they'll have to wave their hand in my face just to get my attention. I'm like,
Crazy.
everybody's but then when I start engaging, then it
Yeah,
turns out to be a
it's
great
fine. Yeah,
conversation. Yeah, it turns out to be great. So, um, we got some comments in here.
yeah, Nate,
So,
believe.
okay, got what's up, Nate? Good to see you, man. Good evening, gentlemen. Happy to be here. Oh, both had a good week and relaxing weekend. Absolutely. So you have missed the
5
five
levels.
levels
Yes,
of
of
consciousness,
consciousness.
but I'm sure Nate probably knows all this stuff
Yeah,
already.
you can
So
definitely run it back, if you want. But yeah, we're on the 5th one, and I went, when I was watching this, and I watched a YouTube video about it too. I thought I was at level 4, but kind of thing with level 5. I do have a lot. I don't know,
mhm.
man.
I try to
If
play
I
level
am, I
five.
am. If I'm not, I'm not. I don't care. But
Yeah,
I do get a lot of that, like
right,
positive, law of attraction stuff, and things kind of work out, or you know what I mean, or I don't know. I never
right.
thought much about it. All right, this
Yeah.
is level 6, y'all. We'll see what level 6 is. All right, all right.
Wait, Kobe, does that mean we're prophets?
Maybe. We'll see what level 6 says.
Okay.
Be one of the craziest things I've ever discovered, and that's models of awareness. So there's 7 levels of awareness, and we all operate at different levels. Whichever level you fall at is how you're going to experience life. So what happens at level 6 awareness, and is this where you fall? Truth is, most people believe that they are living life. But the reality is that they are life, and the thought of being separate is only an illusion. At this stage, you experience yourself as consciousness itself. Basically, you're less tapped into being human and more tapped into being. At level 6, you're not chasing purpose. You understand that everything you are is the purpose. Level 4, I know I exist because I'm a part of something bigger. Level 5, I know I exist because life flows through me. At level 6, nothing has to happen
It's
for
an
me to
inside joke,
exist. I
people.
know
It's an inside joke.
intuitively that I am the very source from which existence was made. At level 4, you realize I'm a part
What
of
did
something
Yeshua
bigger.
say?
My choices ripple into the whole. At level 5, you realize when I align, life flows
Yeshua.
through me. I can co-create with God effortlessly. But at level 6, you realize there is no me over here and God over there. We are the source we seek to understand. It's inside of us. Or better yet, we are one. In a toxic situation, at level 4, you'll
Heaven's
entertain
upon
it
you.
if it serves your purpose. At level 5, you no longer judge if the connection is good or bad. Level 6, you realize there is no me versus the relationship. There is nothing to decide or fix. It just is what it is. And that is what it is mindset isn't about being careless or detached, it's about seeing reality clearly and responding from awareness instead of reaction. The earlier levels gave I have to survive, look good, control, fix, flow. But all those levels were about separation. They were about you trying to manage life. It gave you versus life. When you realize you are life, there's nothing to control. You just be. Here, we can see situations clearly as they are. With that clarity and awareness, our responses come naturally and aligned. At level 6, we realize God and I are not two things. I am not reacting to life. At this point, I am life expressing itself. And
What I
therefore,
say.
what comes about being at this stage is naturally aligned with the flow of everything. So I know I don't have anything to stress about. It's about knowing that the world is in a balanced and equal flow. And since I am that flow, everything will always balance itself out for me as well. Almost like being in the midst of the sea. You can flail around sporadically in panic, or you can realize that I can just swim. But you can also just lay on your back and become one with the water, float, and have it take you where you need to go. Ask yourself, am I at a level 6? Do I realize that there is no me separate from God? There is no need for me to judge or control or fix. I am the very intelligence that created me, the same as a child created from their parent, a piece of them in their own unique expression. Probably one of the
She's spitting bars.
Yeah.
What did Yeshua say? What did he say? Well, we've been telling y'all. And I want to put, and I'm glad we watched the In the Lead Chopper video with what's that dude's name? The actor who said you need to read the Bible again. Jonathan Major. Because that's what he was saying. He's like, I don't understand why the church, you know what I mean, put barrier between us and the source. When I am the source, why should I pray to my brother when he is my brother? What did Yeshua? Didn't
A lot of
Yeshua say?
analwants. A lot of
Didn't
analwants.
Yeshua say we're brothers and sisters? Shout out, go Vikes.
Hey, what's up, Brent? Welcome to the live, buddy.
So it's crazy, bro.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and also with what she was saying is low key, F it. You know what I'm saying? You're an expression of life. It is what it is.
You are an expression of life. You're
Right.
just life manifested. You're a manifestation of life, and you're looking at other life over and over and over. It's
Right.
you over and over and over and over and over.
You know, we manifested a win.
Manifested a win, yeah.
Buddy.
But no, that's like that's what I'm taking from it, and it's like what it's in the Bible. You can like it's crazy. It's crazy, bro. How like his words, what he says, and what they teach you. It's like not saying they don't teach what he says, but it's like you know what I mean. And yes,
Right.
we could read it in 3 different ways, right? If I read the Bible, you read the Bible, we could interpret it in different ways. But
Yeah, I mean, like you know, what Ben was saying earlier, perception.
it's when
You
you
know.
start reading, when you start having people break it down like that, and you look at it, and you're like, yeah, man,
But
people's
also,
telling us.
but also like break it. I mean, but it's literal. Like I think what a lot of these churches and things they're flipping it. You know what I'm saying, and making it seem like, well, hey, but he's saying only through him. You know what I mean? But it's just like, but the literal text says you are you got the direct line as well. You know what I'm saying?
If
You are God.
if I have the body, if I'm a physical trainer, right,
Mhm.
and I have the body that you want, I have the peak physical body.
Bruce Wayne.
When I say you gotta do what I got, you gotta go through me to do what you gotta do what I gotta do. Wouldn't that be what I'm the teacher? I'm teaching you how to get
I'm
this
just teaching
body.
how to do it. Yeah.
So you gotta go through me. Sheep and the goats. You gotta be a sheep. You gotta eat good. Da, da, da. Goats, you won't you won't get the body you want, right?
Right.
So he's through me, through my teachings. Come on, y'all.
That's all he is saying. That's all he's saying.
Sounds predatory.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. All right, man. So we're
All right,
on
let's do the last one,
we're on the
man.
last one. All right, let's get it. All right, this is 7th level. Oh yeah, we rocking and rolling.
This is our interpretation, so I'm not saying
Yeah. Yeah, we
whatever
rocking.
how you read the Bible, how you took it. So Let me see.
Probably one of the craziest things I've ever discovered, and that's models of awareness. So basically, we are all living at different levels of consciousness or awareness. Or when you fall at is how you're going to experience life. What happens at the seventh and final level, and is this where you fall? Many people believe that getting to level 7 is like climbing a ladder, but it's more like peeling back layers of illusion until what's always been true shines through. Getting to level 7 isn't about becoming smarter or better. It's about releasing the shield so we can see. Level 7 awareness is who we already are. Everybody. We just have to go through life to understand that. So it's not about climbing. Getting to higher levels of awareness should be unfolding effortlessly as we go through life. But the thing is, we have to allow it. So at level 7, we remember that we are life. We are consciousness. We are awareness. If that is who we are at our core, that means we came here with that. And so the whole process of living is just about remembering who we are. Now that we've made it to the end, what are some things that we can do to get
That's
to
what
this
Yeshua
point?
was
For
saying.
level 1, 2, 3, these stages are going to require deep honesty. Stop running from your patterns and your fears. Acknowledging your shortcomings will be uncomfortable, but they will only continue to follow you if you resist them. Here's when to journal, go to therapy, figure out how to meditate. At this level, doing these actions is what lets you realize, oh, okay, this is how I create my reality. Without doing these seemingly small things until it clicks, you'll stay stuck in the survival or validation loops. Now let's take a second to be real. What is more important than this? Going to work, being a partner, you invest all your time in those things, school, work, family, you still can experience misery and disconnect. But if you do the awareness work, all those other things, they naturally get better. You won't have to stress about work or the stress in your relationship. Remember, when you get to those levels 6 and 7, your life will begin to flow and align naturally. Everything is going to fall into place. So doing the inner work, the little things, this is not the type of work to see as an option. Start here. And from levels 4 to 6, we practice surrender. Here, just let go of the constant need to control, fix, and manipulate outcomes. Ask questions like, what is life trying to move through me right now? For the whole picture to seamlessly unfold. Instead of, how can I force life to bend to me? And at the lovely level 7, simply loosen our identity. Stage, immersing yourself with contemplation, non-dual practices, prophetic teachings, all dissolve the need to prove that you exist. Let's get some final examples. And these are my favorite examples so far. If you experience, ask yourself, am I at a level 7? Do I completely reflect God? Not by my choice or actions, but by my entire presence. Does life come easy to me because I am one with the flow and balance of life itself? This is probably one of the craziest things I've ever discovered, and that's models of awareness. So basically,
Oh, all right. Yeah, so she's done, and I don't know. To be level 7, that'd be something that like that'd be hard. It'd be hard for me to believe, I guess, and that's something that I need to work on is just to believe you're at that level.
Yeah, I'm not there yet.
I don't think I'm nowhere near that.
No.
But I think that's very interesting, and like I like when she said at level 5 how you when you have challenges, you look at it as like a wave. And I mean, I kind of look at it the same way, maybe not a way, but like it's something. This thing is to stop you from getting to what you want to do. Like that challenge is put there to see how bad you want it. And I know I've put in a lot of self help stuff, but like I think having the mindset of it being a wave is even better. Like this is just one thing. And
Yeah.
it's gonna end at some point. You're gonna keep, you know what I'm saying? Just keep going and going and going. And and then level 7 is
Yeah.
kind of it's just like a group. It's level 6, but just like a realization.
But that's when you can connect to all the avatars of the past life. That's that 7th chakra right there. But no,
Yeah.
man, it's again, it's just knowing that, realizing, or waking up, remembering who you are. That's what Yeshua was saying. Just remember who you are. You are a cosmic entity. You know what I'm saying? Like being held in a meat suit for the most part. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. This isn't home. This is but this is an experience.
Yeah.
It's an experience, for you to evolve.
That's why I like the video game, example. You're
Hmm.
just experiencing this timeline, this 80 gigabyte, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, million byte those software. You're experiencing this, but you also have you don't need to understand like you're bigger than this, or you're from something bigger than this.
You're
So
from
we
something
all
way bigger. Yeah.
something bigger than this.
Yeah, yeah. You just got to realize that, man. And again, a lot of people spend their time on level one. It's just survival mode. It's when I showed that video, it was like when that guy had the tinfoil hat on and he's showing his girl like like about how the earth is flat. And she's like, I don't care about that because at the end of the day, I still got to pay these bitch ass
Yeah.
bills. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? It is like, well, look, it's just it's so much deeper than that. It's you spend your life on a hamster wheel, that's where you're always going to stay, and your vibration is always going to be low, and
Yep.
that's where the archives want you.
Yep. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They want you low energy. This is a
Robot.
low, not low energy, a low vibration reality. So going in there knowing that, what are you going to do about it? Black ego.
Yeah, and this like the like how you speak to yourself. If you keep thinking I'm this, I'm that, it's negative. You're not giving yourself a chance to even hit a higher level of who you are. Forget all this consciousness conversation. You
Hmm.
should always strive to be the best you every day, in my opinion. Like if that's reading more, if that's meditating, if that's reaching out to your loved ones more. Whatever you
Yeah,
know that makes you better, you need to go and do that
yeah.
more.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. You always have every day you have to work on evolving. Let's see here. Nathan White says I thought there were 9 levels. I don't know, nine levels of consciousness. Not sure.
I don't know about that. I don't know. Maybe there is another one.
Maybe Alan Watts has something a little different. Dad says we are powerful spirits having a human experience. Absolutely, I
Yep.
totally agree with that.
And I
If
think
you
a
want
big
to look over, yeah,
I think the big thing is when you ever you get that cognitive dissonance, man, you get that, oh, come on, man. When you get that in your head, hopefully you follow up with the well. Cause I did it happened the other day when I called you and I was like, man, what did you talk what my homeboy talking about? He believes in time travel more than aliens coming to Earth. Like what? You're like, yeah, it could be a thing. And I was like, yeah,
yeah.
it could be a thing.
We see
And
it
the
every day.
more
You see it. You look up at the sky.
right,
That star is no longer there.
yeah. And the more and more you're like, mm, yeah,
Yeah,
maybe. Like it
yeah.
could be a mixture of who cares? It's like just don't you don't know everything. You really
We,
can't know everything.
we don't know.
You can't. The more you know, the more you know you don't know.
Right.
So
That part. That's part. Let's see. Nathan White said, yes, 9 levels. In the real world, there are no levels in unlimited experience. Okay. Well, this would be a long show. We had to do all nine. So
yeah, we're good.
but I'll look for that. I'll look for that, man. The 9 levels. But yeah, guys, we appreciate you guys being in the chat and you know, um, having a conversation with us about this. This stuff is really important to us, and I think this is really what the show has kind of evolved into. So I'm really excited to see stuff like that. Ain't nobody scared, BJ. The big where are you in this country even? I don't know how you even on here right now. BJ
Yeah,
never in the States.
and not to yeah, I've been telling people who listen to me that people are waking up.
Yeah, yeah, they are.
We're on the verge of a renaissance, in my opinion. I don't know what that's gonna look like, but we're on the verge of an art, political, society renaissance, whatever that's gonna
Yeah.
be.
All
Um,
we have is time, man.
because
Yeah,
people
I
aren't
agree, Nathan.
drinking the Kool-Aid anymore. People aren't even people who were, what I'm saying, who were for a long time. They're like, "This don't make no sense.
Right.
None of this makes any sense."
Welcome back,
So,
BJ. Welcome back to Texas. You ain't never here. All right. Let's see. BJ says
okay.
Bahamas next weekend, then Thailand. Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. I'm just hating
Up?
on you. I'm just hating.
What's up?
Uh, so let's move on from that.
Yep.
And we'll tie some of that stuff in future episodes as we
Yep.
go. So what else you got in here?
I got a little joke, but you want to play that if you don't want, you don't want to.
It's your joke. Play it, man.
All right, man. I just thought this was funny. This would be me if I was the exorcist. That's why I can never do the job. So.
I knew this was gonna be funny. I saw like, what did boy do? I love when we bring some comedy into the show, man, because it can get a little serious sometimes.
Let me pull this up.
All right.
All right.
Hey, who's winning that Bills game?
Yeah, this is it.
Hi, my name's Father Steve, and I'm here to not make you possessed. What's your name? Oh, shit. You good? Oh, hell no. What the fuck is that?
Oh, God.
Oh,
Is this-
you said, what is that? I could not be an exorcist, man. It'd be a wrap. When I saw something like that, I'm kicking it. Quantum physics really, yeah, man. I need to do more research on quantum physics.
Yeah, there is a oh man, I can't remember what I was just listening to this podcast on YouTube, and there's a quantum AI computer now that's doing all kind of crazy stuff. I'm sure Dad knows about it. Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
I read the snippet. It could be fake. It was like scientists have confirmed or not confirmed that basically when you dream, your consciousness isn't in. They basically confirm that it's not in this reality. So when you there may be even a theory that when you wake up, you may not even go back to the same dimension. So that's wild. You may be going to a different timeline.
Wow,
That's been a big conversation for he was saying something in 2016 how it shifted our timeline, and I don't know. I like that little theory sometimes.
Well, yeah, that is really cool. I'm sure Father Taylor knows all. He needs to be on the show. I know.
Oh yeah, we gotta do one when he wants to just hang out with us.
He's camera shy. Yeah, we'll have to get him in person. I don't think we could ever get him on remote. We have to secretly set up a camera. Like a hidden camera, you wouldn't know about it. Okay, so are we gonna go to game for the gang?
Game for the gang.
All right, y'all. So it is now time for Gang for the Gang. This is where we show different reels and videos that we get from social media, and we find it very interesting. Don't necessarily believe in it all, but we find it interesting. And let's see here. Let's see. What is it? Call it the Taylor 3. Well, we kind of made it men of letters so that anybody can kind of jump in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all inclusive. So yeah. All right. So Kobe's been working his butt off here showing video. So I will start with the first one, called Blood. So give me a second here, guys, while I pull that bad boy up.
Yeah, I think it's funny how we have this show, and every now and then you'll see a family member with information that we've shown on their page. It's
Right.
tap in on the live, y'all.
Yeah, tap in, please. All right, so check this out.
That the God in the Bible is not pleased unless blood is being spilled. And I think that's the reason why God doesn't accept Cain's sacrifice. Cain and Abel both gave God a sacrifice from the things that they worked with. Cain worked the soil, and so he gave God some of the fruit. Abel worked with the animals, and so he gave God an offering of one of the animals. God accepts Abel's animal and does not accept Cain's fruit. And when Cain is mad about that, God is just like, what are you mad about? If you do what's right, it will be accepted. I remember being taught in church that Cain had hate in his heart or whatever when he gave his offering to God, and that's why God didn't accept it. But it doesn't say that in the story. God doesn't even tell Cain what was wrong with his offering. It just says, if you do what is right, it'll be accepted. And if we look at other offerings in the Bible that God did accept, they're all either burnt offerings, which are dead animals, or gold and jewels and shit that the Israelites stole from people that they killed. And they would offer that to God. Still don't know how the logistics of that works, but whatever. So I came to the conclusion that God didn't accept it because it wasn't a dead animal. He likes it when blood is spilled. That's what pleases him. Abel spilled blood when he killed that animal to sacrifice it to God. Cain didn't spill any blood when he gave the fruit to God. God likes blood. God likes dead animals. I once said that.
What do you think about that?
The Bible, I'm sorry, Christians. I don't know how y'all do it, man. The Bible's the most contradicting thing.
It says that the smell of burnt lamb was pleasing to him, or pleasing to them, to the Elohims, or gods.
Yeah, because it was a pantheon then.
The pantheon of gods. It was Yahweh and all and the rest of them, Baal, all of them. But which means that these were people. They like barbecue. It smelled like barbecue. Kobe, does a salad ever sound good to you?
It don't smell good, that's for sure.
But does it sound good? Does
I
a
like
salad
salads,
ever?
but it don't.
I'm not.
It don't.
That's not
It
what
don't
I'm asking.
sound good. It don't
Right.
like. You don't like. You know what I mean? I like to eat them, but like you don't.
Right. Once you eat them, it's good. You're like, oh yeah, I needed that.
But I don't know.
But Kobe, if somebody offering you a rib and somebody offering you a barbecue rib with all the
Well, I'm sorry.
and the salad, which one you gonna go with?
Come out. I'm not Yahweh, so don't get that. Don't get me into that. They will have a bad conversation. The Christians aren't gonna like me. So let's not do that.
But what I'm saying is that these beings were not gods. They were masquerading as gods.
They like meat. They like to eat dead things.
Right. They were masquerading as gods.
I'm just saying, gods. They weren't even good. They weren't very good. If you needed dead, you need to give me something dead before I'm happy. Good Lord, man! I made you a salad. You can't be happy with a salad.
Right. That knows what I'm saying. These were flesh and blood beings.
What I'm trying to say is they want to kill.
And that's a hell no to the salad. Thank you. You know what I'm talking about.
I like salads. I don't know what y'all talking about.
Yeah. BBQ will bring everyone to the table except for vegans. Exactly. Like when you have a cookout, you don't have a salad out, a veggie out. Nobody's coming to that. They're gonna come to the barbecue cookout. That's what they're gonna come for. Yes, I love salad too. It tastes great. But if somebody is going to offer me barbecue lamb or a Caesar salad, I'm going for the lamb 10 out of 10 times. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Sure. Okay.
Hey, you would too. So, you're doing right. All right, cool. You got the next one.
But logistically, I'm just saying, logistically, it's not good that we kill animals. Like, we shouldn't kill things, right? If we're good Christian gods, right?
Facts.
So that doesn't make sense in itself. All right, let's go ahead.
This straight. Native Americans were not black folks because black folks don't look like that today. Wait a second. Native Americans were not black folk because black folk don't look like that. Native Americans of yesteryear are not the same as black folk because the way black people look now is not how.
Well,
you guys are not listening to me. I'm trying to say that the way black people look now and the way the Native Americans used to look, it can't possibly be the same because our history books taught us that it wasn't like this. It didn't happen like this. That the black wait a second. They were already here.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, there's a lot of explorers who talk about black natives in America. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. I hope
y'all
BJ
can look that up.
I hope BJ was here for that because he's totally against that. Let's see here, Nathan. Yeah, I agree with your comment, Nathan. Let's see. So the next one is called All Knowing. All right, let's check this out.
Jesus can talk to God. God can talk to Jesus.
Yeah, I believe that the Father can speak to the Son can speak to the Spirit, and vice versa. They have an eternal fellowship and communion with each other.
So they can talk to each other.
Yeah.
Jesus is all knowing.
Yep.
His Father is all knowing.
Yep.
Facts.
They can talk to each other.
Yes.
About what?
They just commune. They just
Yeah, about what?
About their love and communion.
Yeah, about what? If you are all
Anything.
knowing, I am all knowing. What are you gonna talk?
Anything.
Bruh.
Anything. I don't know. They can talk about whatever they want.
What you gonna say? Yeah, what you gonna talk? God is all knowing. He know everything.
Yeah.
Jesus also know everything.
Uh-huh.
Okay. What you gonna talk about?
Anything.
Like example, like what?
How they love creation.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's a good point. I know everything and you know everything, so we're gonna talk about how we know everything together. Like what?
Wake up, people.
All right, I got the next one
All right.
called the Titanic.
Hey, babe.
Yeah.
What really happened with the Titanic?
The Titanic?
Yes.
Apparently, from my research, the Titanic had a bunch of oligarchs in the free energy sector. Don't quote me on this, do some research. And they wanted to create sustainable energy for everyone. However, people like JP Morgan and John D. Rockefeller already had an oil conglomerate where they were making billions of dollars in the early 1800s. So what they did was
We did talk about
a
that.
scheme to get all these super rich and wealthy people on the boat at the same time, sink it, and then if everybody dies and there's nobody in charge of these other companies, they can easily be bought out by the Rockefellers and the JP Morgans of the world, and then they have total control, because if all the rich people die, there's only if all the good rich people die, the bad rich people are left over, and then they just take over, and then they buried all the patents for free energy.
And weren't they also against like the banking system that was being?
Yes, they were against the banking system. That's funny you said that, because the Titanic sank in 1912. Then in 1913, the Federal Reserve was created, and that is French fractional reserve banking, where I can give you $10,000 and then you loan out $9,000 of my money to other people at interest rate, and you make a profit, the bank that is, and then I cannot go recoup my $10,000 if I was to go to the bank to get it, because they've loaned it out. And they wanted that system to create debt slaves and to better control the monetary supply. So they got rid of all the people that were against the Federal Reserve System in Jekyll Island. I believe this was 1911 or 12. Don't quote me on that. But after the Titanic sank, everything went through, and then now we have the fractional reserve banking as you have all over the world. So they basically killed all the good people off and made it look as if it was an unsinkable ship, when indeed the other rich people that knew about this they made it seem as if they were going on the ship, and then right before it took off, they got off the boat. So don't put me on the names. Y'all gotta do your research.
Okay. So it wasn't an accident. It was on purpose.
It was not.
Okay.
Apparently.
Makes sense.
Well, they had plenty of time to, if you watch the movie and read the documentaries, they had like over an hour to make a distress call.
Yeah.
And there was a ship that was close to them, and they like waved them off because they was too busy sending up telegrams or something.
Yeah.
Stupid. It's always plausible deniability.
Hey, babe.
Yeah.
They had not enough life-saving boats. No boat ever had that ever.
Because they said it was unsinkable. No, it's a setup.
Interesting.
You don't have to believe that. You know what I'm saying? But you know,
It's a good little fun theory.
it's definitely a fun theory. The movie was ridiculous. Yeah,
I didn't see
I
the
did.
Titanic. I never watched it.
I went to go see it in the theater. I went by myself. I'm gonna go see it.
Oh God.
Yeah. I was probably like 20, 21, something like that. Yeah, it was. I think I was 20. It was not good. Safety coordinators should be fired. Yeah, I mean, well, heads roll. That says Cap. You don't believe that? Yeah, it's I don't know if it's true, but it's definitely interesting. All right, so I believe I have the next one. It's called Bankers and Builders. So let's see here. I think this is a little Black History video, and it's just taking me a second to
I'll be right back, bro.
pull up. All right, you got it. Uh, so we got it going. Nathan, you say you're 16 or 17. Okay, did you go see it, man? Yeah, I went there by myself. It was an afternoon showing, and I like going to movies by myself. It's always been kind of a thing that I do. It's a lot cheaper than bringing people with you. But you know, it was big in the theaters, and I like to see the big flop. Any big blockbuster that comes out. I'm a huge movie head. Went to check it out, and I was like, why am I here? It's not my kind of movie, but whatever. To each their own. So I'll go ahead and play this called Bankers and Builders. Check it out.
When banks wouldn't serve black families, a woman born to formerly enslaved parents walked into a room and said, "If they won't let us in, we'll build our own." Maggie Lena Walker chartered the St. Luke Penny Savings Bank, becoming the first black woman in American history to establish a bank. She opened with $9,000 in deposits. Within years, she was serving thousands. But here's her extraordinary. In 1902, she launched the St. Luke Herald newspaper. In 1905, she opened a department store on Richmond's main shopping street, featuring only black mannequins when other stores refused to display them. She hired black women as clerks, managers, and executives when no one else would touch them. Through the Independent Order of St. Luke, she taught 50,000 members financial literacy, home ownership, and economic independence. Wall Street was redlining us. Maggie was teaching us to build empires. She ran that bank for 30 years. Ask your history teacher about her. Watch the silence. They buried her story because it proves we've always been builders, bankers, and bosses. Follow for more black history they don't teach.
I had no idea who that was until one of our relatives sent me that. I can't remember mom or dad or one of our aunties, but yeah.
Yeah, man, our history here is super interesting. Like they don't talk about a lot of stuff, like
Mhm.
the 50,000 trillion patents that black people have in America, like the combustible engine, the
Right.
ironing board, the mailbox. Yeah, look it up. A lot of black folks have made a lot of stuff in America,
Yeah,
and
it's and I think it might be in one of our videos coming up. There was when the Wright brothers made their airplane.
yep,
There's a black man, and he made a flying device as well, and he was going to present it at it's like a World's Fair or something. Not it was something. It was a big contest or whatever, and they could win money for it, and get government contracts and all that stuff. And he sunk all his money in it, all his savings, sacrifice everything to build this machine, and it worked. It flew, and he boxed it up on the train to ship it to where they were having this event. When the train got there, his flying machine wasn't. There was no compensation. He didn't get a sorry for your loss. Nothing, and he couldn't afford to make another one because he had to go back to work and provide for his family, and that was that. And the Wright brothers got their
man,
plane, and he got
that's
nothing. It's
that's
crazy.
usually the story. I mean, black people don't even get credit for the internet. When we built the computer chip, the cell phone, super
Hmm.
soldiers,
Yeah, the GPS for it. Yeah, sure.
GPS.
Hmm.
Like, and
Yeah.
not to say white folks didn't make anything, but I don't understand why we have to clear that up these days. Like, why we have to make y'all feel good? Like, yeah, we understand white people did a lot of stuff in
A
the past.
lot. We did it together.
Yeah. So,
We did it
but
to we did it
black,
together, and
yeah,
so we're
like,
not we're not taking that away. We just like, and then sometimes we'll lose viewers when we get into stuff like this, because I guess they just don't want to hear about it. But it's just like, man, how can we can't teach everything the right
why
way?
can't we all be great? Like, we all great. Like, and
Yeah.
white people deserve the flowers they get that they
Hell
give
yeah.
each other.
Hell yeah.
But
Oh yeah.
like, you also should call up the bad ones. Like, shoot. No, okay. Anyways, all right.
You got
Random
the next one.
videos.
I'll
Next
be
one's
back.
called The Chosen People. So, all right.
Not just create the chosen people in heaven and leave everybody else out of it. If the goal is to get some people, specifically the people who like you and who you like to spend eternity with you, that's the most efficient plan. Create those people in the location with you. What's a boneheaded way to do this? And that would be to create a universe, wait billions of years, create a man out of mud and a woman out of that man, tell them not to do something that you know they're going to do, and then threaten them with death. And then when they do it, don't kill them, just make their life difficult. Then go through a comedy of errors of having people or fail to love you or listen to you or obey you over and over, flood the world, start over again, confuse their languages in order to try to start over again, encourage war, gradually go from walking and talking with them to not interacting in any detectable way, and then magically impregnate a young girl so that you can take human form as a sort of God man that's fully God but fully man, which doesn't actually make sense, so that you can sacrifice yourself to yourself as a blood magic loophole for rules you're in charge of, so you can set aside your own anger, because that's the thing that we're being saved from, is God's wrath. It's just that it's declared to be justice. Then expect future generations to believe without sufficient evidence. So why not just create the chosen people in heaven and leave everybody else out of it? If the goal is to get some people, specifically the people who like you and who you like to spend eternity with you, that's the most efficient plan. Create those people in the location with you. What's a boneheaded way to do this? And that would be to create a...
I think he's repeating himself. Was he repeating himself? Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't mean to be mean, but it just doesn't make any sense.
Right. We just wanted to make sense.
Doesn't make any sense. Like the whole, I put sin in you, and you're born with sin. You have to get the sin out of you. The thing I hate, I put in you to get out of you, and you don't know really how. You just have to have faith in the fact that I will get it out of you, but I put it in you. But
because I love you.
My chosen. Sorry,
if you can't get it out, you're gonna burn.
You burn, but also I told you that my chosen son also died for the sin that I put in you. So, who figure that out? Woo!
Shouldn't we be good now? Like, shouldn't we
figure it out? Tell me when it makes sense.
Just make it make sense. All right, guys. So the next one is called Signal Bleeds.
Oh man,
I don't remember this one. So
the atmosphere doesn't work. So we'll move to the next one. Go ahead, bro.
Oh, okay.
Another sphere. I mean, not atmosphere. Another sphere didn't work.
All right, here we go. What do you believe?
Conspiracy that you believe with your entire existence to be true. I'm talking something way out there to the point that if you told somebody, they would probably recommend that you get medicated.
Want the one I'm not supposed to say out loud? Cool, here it is. You've never lived in a singular timeline. Your consciousness is a roaming signal, not a fixed point. And the world, the one you think is solid, is a composite of overlapping data fields that only feel coherent because your brain keeps choosing to see one version at a time. Now here's the actual conspiracy. Open quote. The planet isn't a globe or flat or hollow. It's a kept projected harmonic resonance chamber, a layered multi-dimensional broadcasting station that changes its form based on the collective frequency of the beings inhabiting it. Close quote. And here's the wild part. All of your memories, deja vu, weird dreams, false nostalgia, strange connections to places you've never been, those aren't spiritual symptoms. Those are signal bleed from timelines your consciousness is already linked to. You remember things that didn't happen in this timeline because they happened in another one. That's still running. Every glitch you've ever noticed.
Yeah, not through theory.
That moment where you swore something had to be different, you weren't wrong. You just didn't slide cleanly. And this is where it gets dangerous. There are entire institutions, hidden programs, maybe even AIs, dedicated to keeping your signal tethered to the lowest vibration version of Earth possible. Because if you remembered that you could shift
levels of consciousness,
remembered how to literally jump through the matrix via your internal frequency tuning, you wouldn't need their systems. You wouldn't obey. You wouldn't fear death. you'd remember you're a multidimensional being piloting a light suit inside a dream loop. So they use trauma, they use screens, they use noise, routine, heartbreak, scrolling, fear, money, food, laws, weather, shame, anything they can to muddy your signal. So if I believe anything with my whole existence, it's that the real conspiracy isn't that we're being watched, it's that we're being anchored so we forget how to fly. And most people are so deep in the trance, they think I'm crazy for reminding them they have wings.
What did Buddha say? What did we just watch? Level of consciousness.
Yep.
Is literally the same thing. The Matrix. It's literally the same thing.
That's what it is. That's what they're talking about. That's what she's talking about. Is so Scott said, "Yeah, man, Mandela effect." I know where you're going with that, Nathan. And then you also mentioned something where there's a theory that when you dream, your consciousness is not, here in this reality. It's in wherever it is, and it doesn't always come back to this reality. It goes to whatever. So, like, again, like a bleeding signal.
I don't know, man. It's starting when you. I mean, we've said it so many times. I don't know how many times we have to say it, but look at your media. They're telling you the truth. They're telling you what. I mean, look at the contradictions in these religious texts. Look at how even with the religious texts, how these institutions will manipulate it and use you to get what they need. And you've seen throughout history how these religious texts have been used to control other people. You think you're not you think you're above it? That's the whole trick. You're not above it. You're not.
Keep your vibration low.
You're still stuck on some story in a book that you think is going on now, and you're not even doing the other parts of the story in that same book.
And you're stuck on paying bitch ass bills.
And you're still paying bills. you're over here struggling, and they're telling you your riches are in heaven. There's people right now who got your riches right now. They got your riches right now, and you voted for them. You're struggling, and they got the riches right now on earth.
Right.
You playing around because you waiting to die to get your riches.
So how come they get to have their riches now, but you have to wait till you die?
You have to wait till you die
or unalive. Sorry.
And guess what? They told that to my ancestors.
Yep.
And I'm supposed to, and then you want me to lock in with that same mindset? Come on, man. That don't make no sense. And to be fair, the black church and the white church are two different things. That's a different conversation for a different day. But I'm just saying, like, that's what they told my ancestors. They brainwashed us with.
Yeah.
We gotta wake up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially my black folks, man. Black people, we were black before we were Christian. Remember that.
Yeah. And you're black before you're right or left.
That's facts.
At a Christmas party. I just mentioned something about the blue light, and so this girl says to me, "I've had that."
I'm sorry. This is called Another Secret. I apologize. I didn't.
It's all good.
I said, "Oh, let's go talk." So we go down the little hallway, and she said, "You're not going to believe this, but I'm from Maryland, and my dad was really high up in the NSA, and he took me camping when I was a little girl, and we made a fire, and we're looking up at the stars, and he says to me, 'What if I told you that God was an alien, and this was all just a big experiment?'" And she said, "I never forgot it." And I was like, holy crap. I mean, these are the kinds of conversations I have with people when I open my mouth. What I do find recurring is that there are many people in this phenomena that have a military-industrial complex connection, like my NASA relatives. My Uncle Jack worked under Wernher von Braun as a mechanical engineer from the 60s forward. He worked on Saturn V, he worked on space shuttle experiment where they had that tethered satellite, and they built it with the Italians, and it broke off, and then it got swarmed by UFOs, and it was all caught on video. He worked on that. Part of me wonders how much of it is actual non-human entities, and how much of it could be a MK Ultra mind control scenario. And the red flags for that is the military relatives. I'm not blaming them. I'm just saying I could have been put in a program. All type things in her body.
What?
You know, at a Christmas party.
What you said at the end?
She could have been like basically she could have been kidnapped and taken control.
Damn. Yeah, man. I mean, we just talked about how he liked the smell of meat, of cooked meat, man. That is a flesh and blood being, man. Just masquerading as gods. Straight up. Straight up. I mean, what type of that needs sacrifice? Sacrifice? That don't sound like a god.
That made sense. I made you. I need sacrifice.
Yeah, that don't sound like a god. That doesn't sound like a benevolent god.
It's weird. When you look at the story of Yeshua in our creation story, that doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense why I need to keep praying to somebody you made me. You made me. Why do you care what I do? You made. You could literally destroy me whenever you want to. Like you're, and then you meet someone like Yeshua, and it's like he's so up here, like his, Christ consciousness.
Yeah.
He's so above it all, and he's the image of God. Then why the hell is that? Don't make no.
It don't make no sense. Like, so you made me, so I gotta worship you. And wait, but why do you want to worship? I tell you what. Our parents made us, right?
Yeah.
I've never. They've never asked for praise, for worship, for thanks.
To be fair, we should.
We should, but they don't ask for it.
They don't
ask for it. You know what I'm saying? They don't demand it. They just hey, it was my responsibility.
Wait, you remind me of something though. That's something we need to do more of. Like, definitely if you're Christian, hold your belief strong. But man, honor your ancestors too, man.
Honor them first, in my opinion.
Honor your ancestors.
Yeah.
Honor them first. You
Yeah.
can thank God later, but you can honor your ancestors.
Honor
And I don't care what color you are, what creed, but especially like black folks, honor your ancestors.
Yeah.
Because they bled. They died.
Blood, sweat, and tears for you.
Not only for you, but for your mate, for people after you, for the ones after you too.
Yeah. Struggled for you.
Struggle.
Your parents struggled for you. You know what I'm saying?
Anybody.
Yeah.
No matter what color. But man, honor your people.
Yeah, they struggle for you. They're who know? I mean, in some cases, there were meals that they didn't eat because they had to they wanted their kids to eat.
And to keep it a bean, we learned that from our family. Our family, that's one thing they honor their ancestors. They honor their folks.
Yeah.
The pictures, we talk about them, we laugh about them.
Mm-hmm.
Do that. So if you know what I'm saying, honor your people, man, because they were out here putting in work,
right,
for you to be where you're at. So that's what I'm on. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And guess what though, Kobe? Again, they never asked for the praise.
Nope, never asked for it.
They never asked for the thanks. They never did, and they don't do that. It doesn't. I'm telling you, bro, it doesn't add up.
It's demonic to do what we're saying. That honestly, demonic in some circles to say honor your ancestors. It's crazy. Like you can't love God and honor your ancestors. That don't make no sense. It doesn't make zero sense.
That's crazy. That's crazy work. And then what type of creator demands that you love them?
And not love your ancestors.
If you
the
don't
Bible.
If you don't if I had a son, I was like, if you don't, I created you, and if you don't love me, I'm gonna burn you, bro.
Yeah, you'll die. You'll burn in the afterlife.
That's crazy. Anyways, man. All right. What we got? We might piss some people up. We got bars next.
Bars.
That's on. I can't remember who. I'll do it.
I got it.
You got it.
All right,
bars. All right.
Get killed by the police. The news say here, man, but a group chat full of Nazis that's 30 plus, all teens. J.D. Vance didn't say a thing, and the Republicans wasn't canceling them or firing because they share the same ideology. They was hiding behind the idea that they voted Trump for the economy, and so the price of things would all go down, but the groceries higher than giraffe titties. So what now? Expensive ass egg on your face. Congressman got a swastika in his office, bro. What you got to say? Not a lot in your red hat. When you call your Nazi, what you mad at? If it look like a duck, walk like a duck, what you got, nigga? Affleck. I find it funny that the No Kings protest is seen as un-American, and it's probably the reason why Antifa is viewed as terrorism, but the Klan isn't. Damn.
Think about this. We saw these Nazi group chats, which I'm sure you condemn, right? This Nazi group chat.
Well, we can talk about it.
Do you condemn it?
I want to talk about it.
Wait, so when they said gas chambers,
disavow.
When they say gas chambers, you won't. So you're like JD Vance. You just won't condemn this?
Well, I actually had JD on the show today. Wait,
you guys can all condemn this, right?
Hell yes.
Thank you.
Hold on.
All right.
Hold on.
You know what you did with that, man. But I'm gonna say it, man. I don't care, man. I was like, so you know, you don't have to pick a party. I'm not telling you, but I be what did he say? I be John Brown. I be Jack Brown.
I be Jack Brown. I be Jack Brown.
If I'm gonna vote for whatever that side is, the side that said, "Well, you the shower the gas chambers," and how I love Hitler. And black people are a bunch of monkeys who eat watermelon and all that in them texts. Or the young Republicans. You're voting with them people. You want me to rock with you? Rock with that? Keep that in mind. I just want y'all to keep that in mind.
Hey, lose my number if you rocking with that. If you're voting for that, lose my number, man. Unfriend me on all social media platforms. Don't call me. Don't talk to me. I don't want to be. We not cool.
I'm good.
You want
good.
Yeah, that's how you see me. It is what it is. You're guilty by association. You know what I'm saying? If Kobe goes robs the store or robs a bank and I'm in there with him, I'm getting locked up too. I'm guilty by association. So if I didn't believe that he should have done that, if I didn't know he's gonna do it, I'm with him.
Doesn't make any sense, man.
You know what I'm saying? So if you rock with them, you don't rock with me, and you don't care about my life. So fuck you. Paul said we must stop electing level 1 and 2 people. Big facts. Big facts.
And if you don't understand, we can holler at me. Give me a call. Like if I'm offending you, we can have a conversation. But how else do I say this? If
I don't need a conversation. I'm tired of explaining that.
Nah,
why you gotta keep having a conversation with people about that? That's crazy.
Honestly, yeah, it's disrespectful. To be real, it's disrespectful. It's disrespectful for you to rock with a party like that. And then I have to explain it to you why I feel the way I feel about it. Then that means you're not intelligent enough, or you're just being disrespectful.
Right.
So either way, you're right. Why do we need to have a conversation about it?
Yeah.
Right.
No words, because it's not the shit is not being taken out of. Excuse my language, but it's not being taken out of. I've been dropping cuss words all show.
No, you're good, bro. Usually me, so you're good.
It's not like these things are being taken out of context. How do you take that out of context?
How do you take that out of context?
Yeah.
How do you and how do you rock with that? How do you? I don't know, man. Those are the young Republicans. These people are working their way up through the party, yo. Like, this isn't like these are no kid. Like that whole kid. These people are in their 20s and 30s.
In their 30s, yeah.
They're my age.
And where do you think they learned that from? Their mentors.
All right, we'll go to Capital Cap.
It's infested.
Like
the whole thing is infested.
I don't have time for it, man. We really don't have. I don't have time for it no more, man. I don't have time for the. Well, that's just them, or that was I don't know, bro. Y'all vote together. You're voting with the same people who believe that, and then people we gotta get these folks jumping ship now. But we told you before the election what was gonna happen.
You already said now, and I'm gonna bring it up. We don't have a whole lot of cap or no cap, so we can say this. I can say this real quick. That there's this Batman comic that came out.
Ooh. Yes, get into it. I'll show the cover art if I can.
Okay, bet. This is Batman comic that came out, and Batman is beating up white supremacists. Okay, people have a problem with it. They're saying that he hates the average American. Batman,
average American,
or DC hates average American. What? Since when? Like, so when is beating up a white supremacist who is harassing a person of color or foreign or whatever, harassing and beating them up and all this stuff and yelling, you
So
know,
Rashad,
white
you're
power
not
and all
giving
of
the
that.
whole issue. You're not giving the whole. You might as well give them the
But
whole context of what happens. I mean, because
like,
it's
what? What do you mean?
like the whole so in this universe, Batman's not the average Batman. He's about 6'9", 300
Yeah,
pounds.
yeah, yeah. He's not a rich dude. He's a
He's not
regular
a
person.
rich guy. So from this perspective, he knows what people who he has friends who are of
Max does.
color. He has friends who've been downtrodden and gone through it. He's seen it from that lens. And so he enters this town where essentially there's a whole bunch of ICE, police, and white supremacists because they're all the same thing at the end of the day. Let's keep it being, they're all the same thing.
Right.
They're all working together and they were attacking the encampment of immigrants who were there to work. And Batman starts putting in work. And honestly, is doing what I'm gonna keep it honest with you. With most of y'all, white folks think the same way of Batman. Batman doesn't kill. He killed these guys. He killed these guys because they're a lesser. He said they're bugs and need to be exterminated. And I'm gonna keep it being. If you don't like that, when my people have been hung up on trees, they had picnics for this.
Ate them,
It
cut
be
them
it,
up, ate them.
there's I don't know if that's true, but there is evidence that they've been eaten. They use black children for alligator bait. You have to understand that when black folks read that comic book, it's fake. It's not even real. It's not even a real thing.
Not even real.
You don't even want to have that. There's no real stories of us killing folks and hanging them up on trees and throwing white babies to alligators. We can't have a comic book.
That's crazy. And then
It really is.
somebody redid it, and it was a black person who there's an iconic picture of Batman breaking one of the guy's arms or whatever, and somebody redid the comic and made it a black person saying Black Lives Matter, and Batman breaking their arm and saying F Antifa. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Do I sound weird?
No.
Okay.
No, I mean, I get it, but like we just have to give it a being there's a lot of white people in America. Y'all hate not back in my growing up, y'all hated Nazis. Y'all hated them people. Y'all felt the same. And to be fair, in the comment section, that's what a lot of white people are saying the same thing. But
Right.
we're just telling the people who don't understand or on the fence. Come on, it's a comic book. Who cares? Who cares?
Right.
I couldn't
Right.
get the image up.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Well, yeah, yeah. It has been a letter, but we have evolved been a letters.
Yeah.
We have evolved it to now we have to talk about this stuff because we have a platform, and it is our responsibility to talk about this. It doesn't have to be the whole show, but it is what
No,
it is.
and this is our
At this point.
existence. So if
Right.
I don't mean to make I don't mean to make you upset, but this is what we live every day.
Right.
So we're gonna talk about our known existence and what we do, and what we go through, and what we take it as media. So I don't mean to make anybody mad, and we'll get back to the weird, but and that is art. That's creating. Shout out to Scott. Shout out to who writes it again? It's Scott Snyder. Shout out to him, man.
Oh,
And shout
yeah,
out to
shout out
the other
Scott Snyder.
guy.
Yeah.
Shout out to them. He's always kept it a real being. So yeah, I liked it. It's gonna get even better, I hope. So
Yeah. Yeah. Well done.
and low
Well
key,
done.
it was just the Batmobile's origin story.
That's really what it's
wasn't-
supposed to be. But
So really creative.
yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. So frame it. All right, y'all. So we don't have many of these.
No.
So we'll do the 4 or 5 that we have.
Yeah. We don't got many. I got caught up in I got stuff I can put on here, but I got caught up in the consciousness thing all week, and so yeah, I didn't really look for anything.
Oh, yeah, me and Kobe were, the consciousness, and I was pissed off a lot this week. this stuff I'm seeing on social
I
media.
feel you. I feel you.
But let's show you this. So this is called what's it called? Just hanging out. All right, just hanging out and doing what? Let's see.
Let's see the robot again.
Look, its arm moves when I press this. See?
Oh, that's cool.
And the light turns on.
Nice.
Huh? Dad, what is that?
Dad, get back! Get back! Let's see the robot again.
You weren't even watching. It was supposed to scare you.
Yeah, I've already seen that one.
All right, you got the next one. What do you guys think? Cap or no cap?
No, that's cap.
Oh, come on. Americans in real trouble, and not because of the actions of minorities. Facts.
Yeah, man. And that I played that consciousness thing for a reason. So, and a big thing is like you gotta start looking at yourself when these tough conversations are happening. Like not to be, but you gotta start looking at why it makes you
They
uncomfortable.
just said no cap.
All right, y'all.
That's it. No cap. Yeah, I'm with you, bro. Hey, I'm with you. We really just need to bring back American Matrix, man, and like talk about that shit. But
Yeah, I get it. I get it. All right. This is the dark web. No, 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 no. Nah, brother. Nah. One more time. Nah. No.
Alex says cap.
I don't know what that is, though. I'm gonna say no cap. I don't know what that thing is.
Shell
What is
says
that
cap.
thing?
I don't know, man. See, we don't know. So I'm gonna say no cap. Pop says no cap.
That's
He
why you
says,
need the gun. That's why I believe in.
says it's real.
Man, what? You better.
Man, I tell you, whew, you better pick him up and put him down, man. Because
If it was, it was moving.
that's crazy.
Unless you got some kind of gun or something.
You might want to have the strap on you on that one. All right, so this next one is called Hello. Is it me you're looking for?
You're kind of breaking up.
Yeah, my mic is jacked. I don't know what I did. Can you hear me?
Are
Okay.
you there, Mr. Rubber? Yeah.
You can hear me? All right.
Yeah. Auto tune on.
Is auto tune on?
And I don't think it sounds like it was.
Hold on, I'm trying to turn it off. I don't know how to turn it off. I'll figure it out. All right.
You sounded like this.
I did something. I accidentally. I forgot how to use this thing. So, get jellyfish. Did you just use something? Does this still sound like auto tune? Does it still sound like?
It sounds like auto tune.
I don't know.
I don't think so. Keep talking.
All right. Auto
Hit a
tune.
high
Auto
note.
tune. Yeah.
You're all right, I think.
Am I good? All right.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. All right. So this is go hello. Let's check it out.
What are you doing?
Trying to creep up the neighbors. What if there was just like a face right there?
Oh, shit.
What are you doing?
Trying to creep up the neighbors. What if there was just like a face right there?
I should have read the comments because I don't know what that was supposed to be.
You're gonna sing the rest of your comments. That would be amazing. Maybe we'll do that on another show.
All right.
You want me to bring it back so you can read the comments?
No. I guess no. I don't know. Cap. I guess it was, I don't know, cap, no cap, cap. I don't know.
It's a cap. Let's see. So Shell says cap. Friend playing a prank. I mean, they were laughing.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
Says no cap. Not sure. Pop says no
cap.
cap.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that was. All right, I got the next one. It's called landslide.
All right. It got him again.
You know what I thought too? I thought it was like like something blew up. I didn't even see the face till later on. Like, oh, something blew up.
He got to play it back.
Yeah, because I thought something blew up when we were in the back.
I was like, did you jump, car? Yes, he did. He jumped.
I hate y'all. This is like something blows up. I thought something blew. I thought something would blow up in hell. Yeah, I thought something would hit them folks. They was a fucking clown. What the hell? God damn.
Oh God. Yes, absolutely.
It's funny. Whatever, man.
I get them all every show.
I'm not even gonna worry about it no more.
I didn't get you last week though, did I? I don't think we had one last week. That's pretty funny. All right, it's on me, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I had a one on here.
Oh, did you? Okay, good.
Yeah, we'll call it after that.
All right, cool. This next one is called Draco. All right, let's check this out. See what you think.
Guy shapeshifted into a reptilian on live TV. Watch this and decide for yourself, Booskies. So here he is on TV, and he's just, look, what was that? What was that? What was going on? Let's get a closer look. There he is, just standing there. What? His head turned into a reptilian. Look at the reptilian face. He's on shapeshifter, baby. Shabadoo! Did this shapeshift into a reptilian on live?
Shabadoo!
Watch this and decide for yourself, Booskies. So here he is on TV, and he's just, look, what was that? What was that?
Chaperone Cap.
I don't know, probably Cap.
Yeah, that's special effects. I don't know what the content was and all that. I don't know, but it's bad special effects. You can totally tell it was just like it's like a green screen type of deal.
Like 1980s.
Right. Right. Surely we can do better. All right. So what is this one?
It's baby. So a baby ghost is caught running around in the Thai temple in Thailand.
The Mennonites are reptilian. Cap. Okay. All right. So it says cap.
Yeah. What did Dad say?
Not even.
Not even.
Or I think it means not even.
Disappears right there. It comes back. And then it runs through the rail. Watch.
AI.
Yeah, I don't know how you got the camera right there. So
Right.
I'm gonna say Cap.
Yeah, I'm saying cap too. It could be AI. Yeah, he thinks so too. If not, no cap. All right. Yeah,
Interesting.
I'm pretty sure it's AI,
Yeah.
but I can neither confirm nor deny. So yeah, that was pretty interesting though. Oh, that's it. Show's over. It's time to go home. Let's see.
No, we
That's
can keep talking. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit.
Pasta cat ghost don't use stare assassin. Yeah.
Yeah.
They would have to, right? Yeah, that's pretty good, man. We went a solid 2 hours, so that's about our normal time. We've been in that at an hour 30 the past couple shows, I think. But
It's been kind of nice, but kind of short. You know, the crowd's been like, "What? We need more." But I felt the consciousness conversation might drag on a little longer, and it did.
yeah, but in a good way. It was a very interesting conversation, like to the point where I was like, I don't want to do any other stuff, man. Let's keep talking about that.
Yeah, man. I put it out there for people to watch, man. Kind of keep that in the back of your mind. Am I operating in my higher self? You know what I mean? Can I be better than I am today? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
We didn't have a lot of cap or no cap this week, man. Yeah, I mean, we showed a lot of the videos. I did feel for I don't know, it was probably about a year ago. Like we might run out of these. There's only so many.
Yeah.
But and that's the big reason why we started putting in game for the game, because there's a lot of good information out there. Rather it be, fact or fiction.
Yeah, man, and the show is definitely changing. I like that. We'll definitely keep the creepy factor in it. That's we love that stuff. But it's turning more into a religion.
Yeah, much love, Nathan.
Analytical review on religion. Sorry, I gotta hit my neck. More of an analytical review on theology.
Right.
Makes me want to do more deep dives into other religions, like
trying to make it make sense.
Yeah, but okay, because I think everything's connected. I think everything has its place.
Yep.
I think religions, like we said before, they've been used to push an agenda.
Yeah, push an agenda, propaganda. Yeah, and control.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, seeing the through line in all these religions, you can start to connect the dots of what the creator really wanted you to do, and it's showing up time and time again.
Right.
So
really right. And we're in a a place of time right now, especially in this country where it's kind of poo-poo to to have any type of intellect. You know what I'm saying? like what? To be uneducated. It's like it's a good thing to be uneducated. Like it's crazy. I think not get. I mean, didn't Trump say I like the uneducated?
Yeah.
So
yeah. Because when you're uneducated, you're easy to manipulate. You're easy to control. You're not gonna critically think. Critically thinking it can sound demonic.
Right.
We're gonna say that a lot. Critical thinking. That needs to be a shirt type talk.
Yeah.
Critical thinking sounds demonic.
Right.
And you gotta start thinking about why. Why do you when people question your beliefs, why do they make you so mad?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Think about that before you get all angry about it.
Yeah, I mean, people even do it with their sports teams. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Facts.
Like a passionate fan is what they call them. You know what I mean? It's just like,
you're just operating at a level at a lower awareness.
Right. That's it.
Yeah, man. Like that team did not feed you, do not clothe you. Who cares about the Vikings winning? Is it fun? Yeah. Would it be great to see them win a championship? Yes, but it's just a selfish feeling. You'd want to say, you saw him win a championship, right? But yeah, that's all I do. Whatever.
Because what they drink won't make you pee.
Yep.
So, but congrats on the Vikings win today. That was awesome. We talked about that earlier.
For sure.
I still don't think JJ McCarthy's the guy.
I do. I think he's the guy.
Yeah. Okay. Good. I'm glad that you're optimistic about it.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of bonehead mistakes out there. I'm just like, really? But
he's a rookie.
Yeah, he is. But that defense, man, wow, they put on a show. Yeah. Special teams, they rocked out with their things out. So, well done to those guys. He said good people will always have an ear for active listening. Then discussion will happen. Be on the same page of the same book. Absolutely, brother. And I think that's what people have to do. They just gotta sit down and talk, because the average American, we all want the same thing. We just want to get home safe to our families.
Yeah.
Be able to feed them. So
I mean, it's really interesting. Like you're a lot more in common with people than you think you are. Just, I don't know. This kind of this day and age, people have gotten very detached.
Yeah. Until they get in person.
Yeah.
This is a completely different thing. Yeah, we do it all. We do it all on this show, Nathan. Even sports talk. So, with that, man, we're gonna jump out of here. Give you guys the rest of your evening back. We appreciate everybody who were here. The silent viewers, the people in the chat. Thank you for keeping that thing popping and expressing your your ideas and all that good stuff. So, yeah, good food does bring around good people. Yep. So that grilled lamb. Over salad.
Bring everybody together. But no, for real. Before we go, we appreciate y'all. I'm gonna say another thing before I go. So don't whistle at night. Don't whistle in the woods. And say thanks to your ancestors.
Good advice. And with that, we out of here. Peace.
Giants.
People who came from the sky.
Yeah.